Demand for a graduate school education is growing in China. Joining me now is Garth Saloner. He's the Dean of Stanford Graduate School for Business. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Okay, tell us a little bit about, as education becomes more global, we're seeing a lot of Chinese students, seeking that global education. What are you seeing specifically in terms of demand in China?
Well, so demand is definitely growing. It's growing worldwide. I think in emerging economies, people still look to the US and especially to a school like Stanford in Silicon Valley for the cutting edge in management education. So they want to come and get that, bring that back to their home countries.
Okay, and we're seeing a lot of models where, like, for example, Yale University's opened a campus in Singapore, programs offered online. What strategy are you taking to facilitate more global demand?
So we have many more global programs. For example, we have a facility at Peking University where actually First Lady Michelle Obama is going to be appearing tomorrow. So in that facility we have what we call a highly immersive classroom. It's a classroom where half of the classroom is in Beijing and the other half of the classroom is at Stanford University, and they come together seamlessly. And First Lady Obama is going to be talking to an audience that is half in Beijing and half at Stanford.
Okay, so you bring up an interesting point, which is how technology is advancing and it's opening up so many more opportunities. So what has technology done really in terms of making your program, accelerating your program, and how accessible is it to people around the world?
It's really allowing us to do two things. The first is it's allowing us to create online content that we're able to then make available to audiences all over the world. And the second is that we're able to produce specific programs where we deliver the content in real time using technology from Stanford. So that is allowing us to be in places all over the world with the faculty still mainly anchored at Stanford University.
Okay, and there's always this perennial debate about how technology is actually changing education. So what is your opinion? In the coming decade, is the classroom going to be nothing like what you or I knew in the past?
I think it is going to be transformed. So what we're finding is that we're able to use technology to make our programs even more experiential than they have been. So there's certain content which flows mainly from the front of the class to the back. We're going to increasingly be able to put that content offline so that even our own students will consume it in their dorm room in the evening, so that when they come to class, they can be spending that time with one another and with the professor, hands-on, immersed in experiential education.
Okay, and one can argue, you have, take the US and China for example, you have two incredibly different education systems. So putting two groups of students in the same classroom via video, you must face some challenges in terms of really getting everyone on the same page.
It is a challenge because the norms about how you interact are different. I think in the US educational system, students are very used to being interactive. In some other cultures, less so. But you'd be surprised how quickly people adapt and learn.
Okay, Garth Saloner, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.